can't believe that the football guys, the way this guy is playing, are going to let him lose a game. They got injuries in the secondary. The defense already wasn't that great to start with. You know, they got little issues with their wide receivers. He don't have his number one target. Of course they're going to lose this game. The Falcons are favored by 4.5 points, but that 4.5 points got nothing to do with the football gods. My man Ducking and Dodging says, how can the Falcons beat the greatest passer of the game? Right. That's what comes into mind to me is like, I think I want to say Falcons because on paper, and I think the Falcons actually have the better team. They're home, and I think the Falcons should win. But they're playing against something I've never seen before in my life. And that's saying a lot, and I've seen a lot of great ones. You listen to the Doug Stewart Show. I've seen them all. I've seen Dan Marino. I've seen John Elway. I've seen Troy Aikman. I've seen Roger Staubach. You can go way back. I've seen great quarterbacks, man, but I can't ever remember. And a lot of people agree with me. All of the quote-unquote experts agree with me, man. The level of quarterback play right now by this boy Aaron Rodgers, that throw that he made to Jared Cook last week is unbelievable. So it's almost like, yeah, the Falcons should win, but right now they just ran up into a buzzsaw, and his name is freaking Aaron Rodgers. I'm still debating on who I'm going to pick for this game, man. From Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern says, please pick the family, Doug. I need this money. Go Packers. He says, pick the Falcons. I guess he means Vern, I don't know about Vern and his spelling ability. From Grego, he says, Aaron Rodgers is just very accurate and has some mobility and is slightly outside of the pocket. He's not very good at pre-snap reads. What? And makes up for it with the rest of his skill set. Whatever. I don't care what you say. And Grego is a fan of the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. A lot of people say Tom Brady was the greatest quarterback ever. Hell, before he started cheating and before I realized that he was part of the cheating system and culture there in New England, I think I had already said that I had given Peyton or Tom Brady the nod over Joe Montana. But I've retracted all of that since I found out he's a cheating bastard. But let's just say if Tom Brady wasn't a cheating bastard, and there's a lot of people out there that never bring up the fact that Tom Brady's a cheating bastard. Even those people are on the bandwagon of Aaron Rodgers and what he's doing right now is the best quarterbacking that they've ever seen in their life. I saw Ron Jaworski, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, just get on there and rant and rave about, this is the best quarterbacking that he's ever seen in his life. And this guy played in the NFL for a long time. A lot of times I disagree with him, but this is what he does. He watches film all day, every day. This is what he does. Okay, so he's broken down quarterbacks for his career, for his life. He played the game at a high level. And even he agrees. Even he is putting more over Tom Brady, which number-wise and, what Tom Brady has done in his career is very significant. For a guy like Ron Jaworski and every expert, it's not just him, it's everybody that I've seen on TV talk about this. They all agree right now that Aaron Rodgers is playing the quarterback position at the highest level they have ever seen in their life, even over Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is what you call one of them pickles. I'm in a pickle, and I'm sure you are too. And then you have the whole, home team thing. And I kind of want to pick the Falcons just because they're the home team. But if I pick the home team and they lose, I'm going to say to myself, well, damn, Doug, you knew he was playing against the best quarterback that ever played the game in Aaron Rodgers. Why would you do that? Like, you don't want to hurt your record. I'm 51-1 in the last 18 months. So is bias going to come into play in that conversation? And who you pick for this winner, this NFC Championship game, the winner of this game? You live in Atlanta, you want to see the Falcons win, but your heart is saying that the football God's not going to let it happen. From, who we got here? From 9-0 the Wino, Ryan and Rodgers should cancel each other out. Now let's talk about which team has the best talent on offense. That's another thing. I think that's another check mark to the Falcons. Let me tell you what's going to happen in this game this weekend. The Falcons are going to abuse the Green Bay Packer linebackers with them running backs. Listen to what I'm saying. If you don't follow or pay attention to the Falcons, if you're a fan of another team, maybe you live in another city and you don't really know the ins and outs of this team. When I tell you Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman are going to catch probably over 100 yards, maybe a piece, out of the backfield this game, they'll probably get 1, 2, maybe even 3 touchdowns. Receiving touchdowns, believe me. They are going to exploit the matchup problem that you have between the running backs out of the backfield and the linebackers for the Green Bay Packers. Joe Smith is one of their starting linebackers, number 48. He's actually the son, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, of Joe Smith, and you've heard the story of Joe Smith, the 55-year-old gentleman that played running back for South Carolina State, my alma mater, this past year. And Joe Smith is a good player, but, I mean, he's going to get abused. It's as simple as that. The game's going to come down to how do they defend these running backs out of the backfield for the Atlanta Falcons. What do they do to stop Devontae Freeman, and what do they do to stop Tevin Coleman? Like, I think they're just going to run roughshod on him. Like, there's not going to be an answer for that at all. Now, can Aaron Rodgers overcome that? And can it get into a shootout? That's what everybody is saying is going to happen, and it makes sense. I think the over and under on this game is like 65 points or something like that. I'll look it up for you here in a second. But that's what it's going to come down to. They're not going to stop them offensively. They're not going to stop the Falcons offensively. They're not going to stop those running backs. It's got to come down to a shootout. And once again, I think that the football gods are in favor for Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't know. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From 9-0 the Wino, don't sleep on Taylor Gabriel either. Right, once again, what's the number I threw out yesterday? The Falcons have thrown touchdown passes. Matt Ryan has thrown touchdown passes to 17 different receivers. Now, yesterday I saw on the Puppet Factory, and if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, the Puppet Factory is ESPN. The Puppet Factory said 13, but the number that the local media had been throwing out was 17. But it doesn't even matter. If it's either 13 or 17, he's thrown touchdown passes to 17 or either 13 different receivers, man. They spread the ball around. That's been the big difference between Matt Ryan this year and the last couple of years, is that he forced the ball into Julio Jones. And so what they do, the defenses just defended against him. They bracketed to his side of the field. They lent a safety to the coverage or whatever on Julio's side, and eventually they could stop Julio Jones, every once in a while. You can't even focus on one person now. You can't focus on one person because Matt Ryan and these receivers, oh my gosh, we really got into this, and I didn't intend to get into all of this. I want to talk about Mark Gastineau and some other little things before we do that. The receivers, the fact that Dan Quinn and this staff has went out and specifically went out and got players that can make plays, the Taylor Gabriels of the world, guys that can catch the football, that run good routes and are sure-handed. And then the defensive personnel that they've upgraded the team with, these young rookies, man, they have done a phenomenal job in year number 2. They have done a phenomenal job in year number 2. There's no way you can take that away from them. There's no way you can take that away from them, man. But the problem is, man, they playing a cat right now that's hotter than fish grease. Not just hot as fish grease, but hotter. From KC, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger all have a better winning percentage than Aaron Rodgers. Okay. This is what I say all the time. I've been saying this now for 16 years. Stats lie all the time. I don't give a damn about no stat. I don't give a damn about no stats you show me. My eyes tell me the story. Okay? out of all of those quarterbacks you just named, KC, maybe, and especially if you're one of them Patriots fans, maybe you take Tom Brady. But if you had your choice and you picking a team right now, at the height of their career, not right now because Ben Roethlisberger is a little bit older, are you taking Ben Roethlisberger or Russell Wilson because they have a higher winning percentage than Aaron Rodgers? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop with all this rhetoric BS or whatever and these stats that lie. Use your eyes. You're not taking Ben Roethlisberger or Russell Wilson or anybody else in the NFL for that matter right now over Aaron Rodgers. Stop it. Get a man credit. Don't be one of them damn haters, man. Tell the truth and shame the devil. The man right now is playing phenomenal. And he has been playing phenomenal. Ducking and dodging. Doug wants to pick the Packers, but he doesn't want to upset the chat room. Man, damn what the chat room anybody else think. I'm going to pick my teams. I'm going to pick my team. I don't care what nobody else say. Nobody else will determine who I pick when I pick my picks. So stop it. I don't upset the chat room. You hometown. You got to root for the home team. Damn that. My prognostication record is more important to me than anything else. And whatever way I go, it'll be the way I go, and that's it. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.